This is the 6 Sports Desk.
There's a lot of emotions and important moments that go into a senior day for the Michigan State football team. There's, of course, the senior players getting another shot to win a game at Spartan Stadium with their friends and family all there to support them. But with a 5-5 record coming into this game, MSU would need a win against Indiana today to become bowl game eligible, which, to be honest, we didn't think was possible earlier this season. Out to Spartan Stadium we go. Mel Tucker, always focused on execution and aggregation of marginal gains. Jumps to the fourth quarter. Josh Henderson finds a hole and gets it in, tying the game up at 31 all. The Spartans offense would put Ben Patton in a perfect position to win the game with 2 seconds left, but he misses wide left, and we're heading into overtime. More struggles from Patton in OT. His 28-yard attempt is blocked by the Hoosiers, so all they need is a field goal to win it. Charles Campbell lines one up from 27 yards out, but the Spartans block his kick, so we're going to a second overtime. The Hoosiers get the ball first and strike first. Sean Shivers keeps driving into the end zone to take the lead. The Hoosiers would also get the 2-point conversion, so MSU would be in a tight spot on 4th and 7, just needing to get to the 3-yard line. Peyton Thorne's pass intended for Jaden Reed is intercepted out of bounds. The turnover just ends it as the Hoosiers win it 39-31 in double overtime. So Peyton Thorne and Xavier Henderson, did you guys ever think you would be playing to go to a bowl game in the final game of the regular season?
No, we did not.
No. I mean, shoot, the way we, people on social media, so many college teams have such a small margin for error when people are on your head and saying this and that. But yeah, I mean, we have not played to our expectations within the team. There's nothing we can do to go and change that, but we can do something to prepare this week and try to beat a good Penn State team.
Over in Ann Arbor, the undefeated Michigan Wolverines had a senior day of their own this afternoon, looking to remain undefeated before they take on Ohio State and Columbus next week. But first, they had to get through Illinois and the Fighting Illini, who gave Michigan fans a scare in more ways than one. Early and often, the Wolverines went to their running game, and Blake Corum was making people look silly, cutting back to the outside and giving some help from his quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, laying a big block. Michigan would cap off the drive with Corum barreling his way in for his 18th rushing touchdown this season. Now, a scary moment in the second quarter. Corum following his blockers, but gets hit in the knee. He would head to the locker room, but came back with limited playing time in the second half. As for Illinois' running game, Chase Brown finds a gap and crosses the numbers for a 37-yard touchdown run to retake the lead. After a couple of Michigan field goals, it all came down to one more from Jake Moody from 33 yards out, and he drills it to give Michigan the lead with 9 seconds left as the Wolverines are going to win it 19-17 the final to remain undefeated heading into next week's game against Ohio State. Moving on to the high school gridiron, 3 of our local high school football teams made it to the state semifinal round. Jackson Lumen Christi, Mason, and the DeWitt Panthers all looking to make it to Ford Field. Out to the west side of the state where the snow was coming down sideways for DeWitt's semifinal matchup against Muskegon. A win for the Panthers would make it their 3rd straight trip to Ford Field. In the first quarter, Muskegon quarterback Mackay Guy was unbothered by the weather. He goes 56 yards for the first score of the game. And after a 3-and-out by DeWitt, that guy again, Mackay Guy, scores another touchdown for Muskegon to put the Panthers in a 13-0 hole. When DeWitt made plays to show why they belonged in this state semifinal, Central Michigan commit Matthew Neff comes up with a big tackle for loss. Muskegon defying the odds with a pass in this weather. Guy throws a snowball to Dustin Piggy to put Muskegon up 35-0 at halftime. Muskegon would go on to win it 49-21, ending the Panthers' season. It was a rematch, City and Division.
It's always tough at the end when it's not you. And I'm super proud of this group. This is the best team in Mason history as far as I can see. First team to go 12-0. There's just so many things that they've done that other teams before them have never done. And I'm very proud of this group.
Well, rounding out the area team coverage, Jackson Lumen Christi was looking to get back to Ford Field. The only thing in the Titans' way was an undefeated Napoleon team. On Napoleon's first possession, Bar Loretz gets the handoff, and he's met by a brick wall, a.k.a. the Lumen Christi defense. The Titans would take over from there. Joe Lathers gets the handoff to Derek Walker, and he gets to the outside, picking up some big yards. Lumen Christi would heat up in the second half. They go on a punch its ticket to Ford Field, ending Napoleon's season with a 20-7 win. We want to also mention that the Mason Bulldogs beat Detroit Martin Luther King, or lost to Detroit Martin Luther King, so that is why you saw Gary Houghton's soundbite about the team losing that game. Well, the high school football season is going to come to an end next weekend at Ford Field. The high school volleyball season wrapped up this afternoon with Pewamo, Westphalia looking to make school history. The PW faithful made the trip to the Kellogg Arena in Battle Creek to watch the Pirates take on Kalamazoo Christian for the Division III crown. The Pirates took the first two sets, take the key blocks like this from Haley McCray. And in the third set, the Comets wouldn't let their season end. Junior Holland Drivers picks up the kill to give Christian a 25-23 win and forcing a fourth set. Now check this out. Between the sets, the Cupid Shuffle came on and PW couldn't help but break out the dance moves. And that relaxed the mentality that carried on for the Pirates as Sage Martin gets that one and get the kill for PW. Then match point on the line. Taylor Smith's serve turns into an ace, and Pewamo Westphalia takes down Kalamazoo Christian in 4 sets to claim its first volleyball state title in school history. And we had to know, what was up with the Cupid Shuffle?
That is our team song. Whenever it comes on during practice or lifting, we always dance to it. So we knew that that song coming on meant that we needed to go. We needed to do this.
It just makes everyone smile. Like, if we could, I mean, for example, we lost that set and we were doing it and we were all just having fun doing it. It's just a big mood changer and a game changer.
I am a volleyball state champion. It's crazy. I don't even know. I can't even describe it.
To put it all together and finally bring back a trophy and get our year up on the banner that's a really cool feeling.
What a remarkable season for the Pirates. Congrats again to them. We'll be right back with a final look at your forecast, so stay with us.
Watching 6 News, sponsored, serving South Central Michigan for over 100 years.
I'm miles beyond my knee injury. I am Henry.
I use science to help families grow. I am Henry.
I'm a new mom with brand new lungs. I am Henry.
I made sure that the cancer in my chest never got to my heart. I am Henry.
I'm Henry.
I am Henry.
When you found your inner believer and all-around conqueror, you found your Henry.
Make a big deal about nothing. Use your Case Visa credit card today and take advantage of our 0% promotional APR on new purchases until the end of the year. All rates, terms, and conditions are subject to change without notice. Case membership is required. Not all applicants will qualify. Learn more at kcu.org/visa.
Lane's Farm and Fleet is where wishes come true, carrying quality name brand products at fair and honest prices. Start saving now during our pre-Black Friday sale. Get Black Friday-like deals in every department while supplies last. Like up to 75% off these special buy blankets, just $14.99. Save over $30 on a Presto Pizza Pizzazz, and these men's and women's Carhartt sweatshirts are 25% off. Plus, get a free Toyland semi-truck with a $60 toy purchase.
For the month of November, during our Fall into Savings event, get up to an unprecedented $4,000 in instant cashback savings. Or make payments as low as $71 per month when you purchase a qualifying furnace and AC package. And for a limited time, to help you breathe the best air possible, call today and get a free media filter upgrade with your purchase. Just like the leaves on the trees, this offer won't last long. For service that rocks, call Hager Fox.
Holt Heritage Village, your first choice in 55 and older independent living, offering all these amenities, including our large apartments that are close to shopping and dining. Holt Heritage Village, a carefree, relaxed lifestyle, promoting maximum independence with you in mind.
Fighting hunger in our community is more crucial than ever. Join us on Friday, December 9th for this year's Mid-Michigan's Day of Giving. Your donations, whether food or cash, will ensure all of our neighbors receive the nutrition and care they need this holiday season.
Temperatures tonight falling down to a very cold 13 degrees as scattered snow showers continue. And of course, with our winds out of the northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour, wind chill values will be in the single digits tonight. A 6-day forecast still shows that things will begin to dry out as we move throughout the day tomorrow with mostly cloudy conditions. Highs will still be in the mid-20s, then we're in the upper 30s for Monday and Tuesday, low to mid-40s for your Wednesday, and things look dry, just a little bit cloudy in time for Thanksgiving. Next Friday will be our next best chance at seeing some snow showers.
Now we're in the 1 digits. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like last week we had this conversation, we were seeing a 2 for the first time. Now we're seeing a 1 for the first time.
What's happening?
You were mentioning the heat in your house went up a couple of degrees?
A couple of degrees.
What was it now?
It's now at 79. It's cold out there.
How do you live?
It's cold out there.
Okay. But you don't have to like boil yourself.
Someone relates to my coldness. Well, that is all for 6 News at 11.
We'll see you back here for 6 News this morning.